Hey everyone, welcome back to the Cakeman Entertainment, and today I'm going to be doing a movie review for Spider-Man No Way Home. This is a spoiler-filled review, so if you haven't seen the movie, get out of here and go watch the movie right now. Wow, that's the main word that I have for this movie. Just an absolutely amazing, stunning, beautiful movie, well directed, great cast. Everyone acted pretty well. Starting at the top, obviously, it was a simple-ish plot. So all we had was Tom Holland as Spider-Man. He wants everyone. Well, everyone knows he's Peter Parker now, and as we saw in the trailer, he doesn't want that to be the case. But he still wants his girlfriend, his best friend, and his his aunt to know. So Doctor Strange tries to help him there. Now, in the movie, Doctor Strange tries that spell and he says it doesn't work. It didn't work, but it had some issues and there was some repercussions. So anyone who knew Peter from other universes was sliding into this universe. And that consisted of Green Goblin, Otto Octavius, Electro, Sandman, and the Lizard. Venom was there for a little bit, but that was later on. But yeah, so that was the story, and we actually got to see them very early. Green Goblin and Otto Octavius on the bridge. It was a good fight scene. Those were all done really well, and obviously the moment everyone's been waiting for, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. Wow, what an appearance. I went to a midnight session with my friends, so it was the first session in our state at least, or maybe in the country, I'm not sure, but yeah, that was an amazing experience. I mean, the roars that went up when Andrew showed up, when Tobey showed up, even when Charlie Cox showed up as Daredevil he was in there pretty early. There was also a mini roar for that, but the sounds of the roars when those two came out, I'll never forget it. It was an amazing experience. There was a lot of iconic moments in there, and as a lot of people predicted, when MJ fell, Tom Holland could not save her, but Andrew Garfield dived and saved her, and the emotion he showed after that, like. He was basically crying because he knows that he couldn't save his Gwen, but he saved MJ. And how could it have been like so different if he did save her? He still would have had her. But yeah, all that was really good. And the two Spider-Men, like the other two Spider-Men, you'd think they'd only be in it. I think a lot of people thought they'd only be in it for maybe like the final battle, but they were in it for a good chunk of the movie. Say like the last hour or 45 minutes, possibly. But they were in it for a good chunk, and you really felt the relationship between them growing. They really wanted to get to know each other, and although they're the same person, just different versions, by the end they felt like they really had respect and love for each other. Like they were like brothers, sort of, if that makes sense. Brothers or mentors. Andrew Garfield definitely looked up to Tobey, and Tom Holland is looking up to them both because they're both more experienced than he is at being Spider-Man. But yeah, it was really cool seeing them work in the lab together and fighting together. It was something that you'd never think you'd see on screen, but they aced it. Really, really well done. Good jokes. There was the joke about Tobey, how he can just create the webs out of his hands, and Andrew and Tom are too busy making web fluids and they're running out of web fluids. But it was really well done. The end scenes was good. Looking at the villains. Obviously, with 5 villains and 3 heroes, there will be some heroes will have to take a step back and not have as much of a role. And I think that was given to Sandman and the Lizard. They were still in the movie, but their roles in the movie were quite minimal. They didn't say too many lines. When they all went up to Happy's house, Lizard stayed in the truck, so he didn't get much screen time there. And Sandman didn't say too much as well. But Otto Octavius and Green Goblin and Electro all got really biggish roles. Electro got his upgrade and he had a hell of a do-over. He looked really good. He had good lines of dialogue too. Otto Octavius was really good. He obviously turned and tried to help them by the end. So once Peter cured him, like, of control from the arms, he was trying to help Peter after that, as Otto usually is, because Otto isn't really a bad guy, he's just sort of manipulated by the arms. You have to give massive, huge credit to Willem Dafoe. Wow, he absolutely killed the Green Goblin role once again. that shift that he does from being just Norman Osborn to Green Goblin, it's amazing. There was a part in the movie where he was acting like really innocent, like a homeless dude, and he's trying to get help from Peter. And then there's a moment where he completely shifts 180 degrees to Green Goblin, and he does that iconic laugh. He would have killed it if he ever did play Joker as well, because he's got all the right attributes for that sort of stuff. For me, I know a lot of people's Spider-Man is Tobey Maguire, but for me, Andrew Garfield was my favorite Spider-Man always. I just felt like his Spider-Man really felt like a true Spider-Man, I guess. I don't know. It's just that feeling you have like with your icons. Seeing him on the screen, and I felt like he actually had the most impact as Spider-Man there, and had the most impactful scenes, like catching MJ. His acting, his facial expressions were really solid when he was talking also about losing Gwen and losing him and Toby explaining their losses to Tom was a very powerful scene too. As we know, May Parker got killed by Green Goblin, which was a sad moment. Tom Holland was very angry and he wanted to kill Green Goblin, but Toby and Andrew stopped him, which was good mentorship by them. All in all, the movie was excellent. I mean, I cannot fault it for many things. There was maybe a couple of, maybe one thing that is a bit, suspect for the plot, which was Ned getting random Doctor Strange powers so easily. That was, I guess, sort of plot armor, to be honest, or just, it had to be there for the plot, but I didn't really mind it because they aced everything else. Like, this movie could have easily been overloaded with too much fan service, but they didn't. They gave fan service, yes, but they actually needed it for the plot too. That's what made this story really good. And a lot of people were crying when in my cinema when Tobey Maguire, Tom Holland, and Andrew Garfield did that final hug. A lot of people might have thought that was an unscripted moment, that they just, when they were supposed to leave, but he came back and hugged them. It might have been scripted too, but that was an iconic shot. Also, when they all three land on the Statue of Liberty, another iconic shot. We saw that the Sorcerer Supreme is now Wong because Doctor Strange was zapped out for 5 years. So I guess that's why Wong's been appearing in literally every movie right now, because he's doing more as Sorcerer Supreme. He was doing some training with Abomination in Shang-Chi. There was some post-credit scenes. So we got to see Venom in one of them. The first post-credit scene, we got to see Eddie. I don't know if disappointed is the right word, but a bit shocked that Eddie didn't have more of a role in this movie. Because the way they built it up in Venom, the post-credit scene, was like he was going to be the sixth member of the Sinister Six. But he just showed up at the end in the post-credit scene at a bar, and then he disappeared as the rest did back to their time. We do see that a part of Venom stayed in the MCU, which will be interesting to see how they tackle it. Does that mean there's going to be a Venom in the MCU and a Venom in the Sony universe? There's going to be two separate Venoms? I don't know if Sony have given the rights off to that yet, but Marvel have left it there for a reason. Finally, as a little treat, just even more of a treat for us Marvel fans, they let us see the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness trailer, which was a pretty good trailer. We got to see Wanda. She is trying to help Doctor Strange with the effects of what he did in this movie. By the end, I think the line is, your biggest enemy is yourself, or something, or the most dangerous enemy is yourself. Someone says that to Doctor Strange. And then we get to see the what if Doctor Strange. Everyone loves that character, and he's a lot stronger than our Doctor Strange. It'd be really cool to see him on the screen. Benedict Cumberbatch will kill that role for sure. So I can't wait to see that movie. This movie, rating-wise, I give it an A. Yeah, it was an amazing movie. A and 9 out of 10. It was very, very close to 10 out of 10. Maybe a couple of plot things, a couple of tone shifts that maybe shouldn't have happened as quickly as they did, but they killed it. What a movie. I'm thinking I'm going to watch it again in the movies, but that was a brilliant movie. It's something we may never see again, 3 Spider-Mans on the same screen, because they are getting older now, but a lot of people are petitioning them to do more movies. If Tobey can do Spider-Man 4, Andrew Garfield's his Spider-Man 3. I'm not sure if that will happen or not. Sony might consider Andrew Garfield because he is still younger. Tobey is a bit older now, so I'm not sure if he'll want to take up a full Spider-Man movie. What an experience. I hope you guys had a great experience watching that movie too. If you enjoyed my review, please leave a like and comment what you thought of the movie. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.
It's the calm before